Hello y'all, welcome to my first creative any percent speedrun tutorial. So this tutorial is obviously going to be only for any percent creative, but if you want to run other categories such as normal or co-op, I think this will help you anyways, because you can follow the route in here, like learn how tricks works and stuff, and then watch the current world record, for example, normal any percent, and then you can watch that, see the differences, and I think you can learn it that way. But if you're new, I highly recommend you to speedrun creative 20% because it obviously is more fun and at the same time harder, but at the same time easier. If you want to know how that works, just never mind it. Anyway, so first thing first, what we're going to do is setting up our game, obviously. So what we're going to do, you're going to go to speedrun.com, the forest, and then go to resources section. You'll find it in the description down below. When you go to the resources section, you want to download whatever the save you need. In this case, R is creative difficulty. So you want to download this and put them in here. It basically explains what to do in here. See user's name after the local OSKS to forest and single player and overwrite and replace. And even if you did that, even if you downloaded the segment, if it's still not there, like for example you did everything right and you can't still see the save, what you want to do is go start a new game, create a shelter, make a save, and then so game might get confused sometimes. So if when you do that, it's gonna restart the save slots, and then you basically download and put the save folder in there again, and you should be able to see it if you ever encounter a problem like that. And after that, what we've got is probably live split. So we obviously use live split, but it is not, like, we don't have any auto splitters, we just do it by hand. So here is my live split. It's just one split, you can do multiple. So I basically bind the bond to H, so whenever I press H it's gonna start to run. Whenever I press H again, it finishes to run. Now obviously that is not very precise, that is not going to give you your exact time. It might be off by a couple hundred milliseconds, but the moderators will time it and you submit your run anyways. But if you want to time it by yourself, I will show you a way on how to do that at the end of the video as well. I time it with this tool over here, and I'll show you how to do it as well. After that, we got a very important thing, which is color calibration. So in this game, caves are very dark, like very dark. You can't see anything. So what you want to do is you want to either maximize your gamma settings in your GPU settings, or you can go to color calibration for Windows, obviously. Calibrate Display Color. Go there, press press next 3 times, and then you see this bar. Set that to, let me just maximize it. Now you don't see any difference when I do these, but it's simply because if it affects the monitor, not the screen itself. So it is very bright right now for me, and that helps a lot in the game. This is a very easy way to adjust your gamma. So after all these, you got your live split, you got your stuff. I'm not gonna explain how to set up live split. If you wanna know how that works, just go ahead and watch a live split video. And obviously you can use board. I'm gonna use it for obviously the tutorial. You're gonna see what buttons I'm pressing. That'll be very helpful. And then we have mod API, which is basically a cheat. Do not ever use this in runs. I'm just gonna use it because, like, if you're practicing, of course you can use this. For practicing, it's very useful because you can no clip, teleport back again and stuff. But do not ever use this in runs. It is very noticeable, like whenever you do runs, and if you have it on or not, it is very noticeable by the movement and the other stuff. So you won't be able to hide it if you try to. So as I said, I'm gonna use this for now. If you decide to use this for practice, then make sure to, like, completely turn it off, because if you don't, you will have a different movement and camera movements and stuff, which is very noticeable. So make sure you turn it off and then do runs. Anyways, after all these, I think we should be good to go. So let's get in the game with our gamma set to the highest over here. It's going game. And then here we have sort of the options. Alright, what do we got here? Field of view completely up to you. VSync turned off, full screen, no limit, then just max those out. Graphics, I just put them to the lowest, except for draw distance and texture quality, because like you obviously want the highest FPS as possible, and you can just lower these things, but this thing over here messes up the quality by a lot. So you wanna put that to full resolution if you wanna see a clearer and like a better game. Drop distance, light scatter. These are my setups. Color grading, this is very optional. I set it to epic, but it looks better. Yeah, no way. Gameplay all up to you. Controls, extensive key binding. So if you're going to run normal, do it this way over here. Item slot 1, 2, 3, 4. Just do them this way because you're gonna use them in normal runs. And then we got lighter. Set your lighter to Q or something else that you can actually press, because if it's on L, it will be very hard to basically press it. I have it on Q. You can put it to something else, like you're gonna press it 3 or 4 times in a run. So anyways, we got single player, continue, and then here should be your save. This is the normal and this is the creative setting. This is what you should have. We're gonna go in there. You won't have the intro, obviously. So now I will be having some cheats. Let me show them. Here are my cheats. And so as soon as you start, when you like, the timer will start at your first movement. So that means when I press S, it just started. You know, not to the camera movement, but the player movement itself. Now, of course, do not just do this before you start the run, because let's say you are like this, and you can just adjust your cam to here and then go. That is completely fine. Now you're gonna start the timer manually, of course. What you can do is you can press, for example, my command is H, and then I go do the stuff and then go, start the run. Do not hold shift and press your start button, because then like live split does not detect start command that way. So to run this, press H and then start doing everything else. Alright, that was for live split advice, obviously. So now we start. I'm gonna talk about the movement first. What we're going to do is we're gonna go like this. We're gonna go diagonal, and we will always be jumping, like always, because I'm gonna put a video in the description down below made by Gorton, which compares kinds of movements, like when you go straight, when you go diagonal, and diagonal without jumping or just jumping. You know, it compares it. You'll see the difference, why it's faster, how to do it that way. So we're basically gonna move like this. You can check the video in the description down below if you really wanna see the comparison between. So this is the movement that we're gonna deal with. And here's the thing, since I use mod API, my movement will be like this. So as you can see, when I hit the ground, it doesn't stop me, it doesn't stumble me upon anything. So that is something related to the mod API, which is a cheat. So if you use mod API, it will be very noticeable. But just for the sake of making a tutorial, I will need this thing. Alright. Just know that you're gonna stumble when you hit the ground with your axe. Just know that. I'm not gonna have it in this tutorial because I use mod API. Okay, first things first. First trick you're gonna do is actually a pretty hard trick. You're gonna do this. So what this is? This is called playing clip, and you can basically do a lot of stuff with this playing axe that we got. And how do you acquire the axe? You don't have to go ahead and pick it up. You can just press 1, or in other words, what you have binded it to. You can just press 1 and it will, like, you already have it in your hand. So just press 1 and there it is in your hand. So what we're going to do, as soon as we start, we're gonna go back, take the axe and make a clip like this. So how this works? This is actually pretty cancer. And this thing here, you can feel it very easily. Let's see if I can fail. So yeah, if you do it like this, you're most of the time going to fail. There's a really certain way to do this, and even then there is still a chance of not being able to make it work. This is what you're going to do. So you must have a little bit of space right before you hit the ground, like this. So you can see my keyboard movements, like what I press and what not. So what you're going to do here is you're gonna like jump right here, like not here, you're not gonna hug the wall, but you wanna rather jump around here. Jump and crouch, or crouch first and then jump. Like there's a very tiny little time difference between the jump and the crouch, so don't just do it like this. When I mean jump and crouch, don't do it like this. This is not the jump and crouch. There's a very tiny little time difference between, as you can see, like that. There's a very tiny little timing difference. So when I say jump, crouch and jump, you want to know that this is the right way of jumping, crouch and jumping. There's a very tiny little time difference. All right, once you get that done, you wanna right before hugging the wall, you wanna crouch and jump here with the very tiny little timing difference, and then you wanna hit the ground. And to make boosts the clips easier, you wanna do this mouse movement. So when you do clips, it appears that if you just don't move your camera, it is less likely to work. So what you're going to do is you're gonna move your camera like slowly upwards, and that will just make the boost more doable, I guess. So let's say I do it this way without any movement. As you can see, I'm just staying at wherever I am. So instead of doing that, I move my camera slowly upwards, and then I get past. This is a really neat trick and kind of hard. It saves like 2 or 3 seconds, probably 2 seconds. So feel free to not do this if you're a very beginner. Alright, after that, what we're going to do is pull up your book. As soon as you click, pull up your book. So this is also a very precise trick because you want to place this like literally. So what we're going to do is we're gonna place a zip line. So go to custom building and then go to the last section, and you'll see freestanding zip line. So this is like you want to be able to set this up. So here is the setup. Now, of course, you're gonna be able to place that there, but when coming back, we want to get at least one B hop when coming back here. So you're gonna be at a very high speed when coming back there, and you wanna get at least one jump with that high speed, and then you'll land somewhere around here, which is a lot of time save. Maybe like 1 or 2 seconds, 1.5 probably. So you want to place this exactly. If you don't, you're gonna lose like a second, but if you're a beginner, that is completely fine. You can just bump into the rock and then continue since you have a lot of time saved to lose anyways. Right, as soon as you clip through, pull out your book. Like you can pull it out later as well, but if you do it right before you clip, it is obviously faster, like that. There, custom building, last section, and then freestanding zipline. Place it around here. When you place it around here, you have a less chance of bumping into the rock, but rather jumping once and then getting boosted all the way up there. Or you can bump into the rock and get a boost upwards, and that will be slower, but that will be a boost anyways. So I'm gonna place it here, like right, like somewhere around the bush. Like there are 2 bushes here, which will be a great indicator for you. Somewhere around here, like right top or just the top of this bush. This should be fine. And then I'm gonna go straight forward here, over here, and then I'm gonna place it here. So the further you place it, the better it is. But if you place it way too further like this, you won't be able to use the zipline because the use button will be at the other spot. So you wanna place it around here. And also this is very precise. As I said, you want to place it at the right of this tree, somewhere around here. This should be fine. You wanna place here, press E, and when you do that, you will obviously keep on going. And when you do that, just turn your back, complete this, and then get in the cave. So if you want to see how that's done fast, go watch the WR video, obviously. I'm just explaining how things work now. If you wanna see them done very well, gosh, world record. So you wanna go there, hold E. You don't have to spam. Hold E. If you leave out 1 or 2 ropes, it's completely fine. This is gonna be a tiny little time loss, but it is obviously coverable. But it is better if you just complete it and then go there. So as you can see, the use button is here, and when I use it, I'll go all the way up there. How much does this save? Somewhere around 5 seconds, which is a very nice time save. After that, you wanna go there and then get in the cave. As soon as you get in the cave, follow my movements. We will be going diagonal and we will be jumping all the time. Don't bump into anything, just go like this. You don't have to spam crouch, it's just a habit that I have. I like spamming crouch. So this movement over here, you should get it like this fast. If you don't, like if you're going for the world record, obviously you should worry about this. But if you don't, you can get a like 10 little bad movements in here. But that was a very good movement over there, what you just saw, because it seems like it's a very tiny little time loss, but in fact it can cost you up to a second. So it is indeed a very big time loss if you bump into something here. So and then so you want to do it that way, and then you want to jump here again, and then here. First trick, we're gonna be edge bugging. What is an edge bug, you might ask? This is an edge bug. As you can see, I landed on an edge, and it basically canceled my fall damage plus the fall damage animation. So in normal runs, what is required is the fall damage avoiding, like the fall damage avoiding completely at the K4 skip. That is required in order to finish the run. But in creative, you don't have to, because you don't take any damage. But instead, you wanna be able to, like, you want to avoid the fall damages because they cost you up to 1.5 a second, like somewhere around 1.5 a second. It costs you so much time, and of course, if you're not going for the world record, you're free to just go ahead. You know, these kinds of things are a little bit advanced. If you're a very beginner, you don't have to deal with this a lot. You just have to get the major skips done, and then as you improve, you can later on get onto these and clear these ones as well. So what we're going to do is we're gonna come here, pull up the book. We should be somewhere around here. Pull up the book and go to the second section. No, pardon, the first section, not the second. It will be already in the custom building section, so you wanna just go to first and then custom wall. In here, custom wall, you're gonna be both placing a wall and then edge bugging at the same time. So it should be something like this. So yeah, I failed the fall damage. You want to place that and avoid the fall damage at the same time. So you should be something like this. There we go. That was a bad one. You don't want it to be this way. You want it to be one hole. Don't want it to be twice. That's what happens when if you place it too long. So it should look something like this probably. Nope, I failed, but you get the idea. You wanna land here, by the way, or you can land here as well, but that will be risky and less likely to work. You wanna land here. This is the sweet spot. And then of course you wanna build the walls somewhere around here, because when we come back we wanna do something like this. That obviously didn't work. I'm gonna show you one more time and it will be successful this time, I swear. Yeah, it didn't. It didn't. Let's see the implementation. You can watch the WR video, of course. You can watch the current world record with this tutorial as well. I think it will be pretty helpful if you do it that way. So with this thing done, build it here, and you have avoided the fall damage. You wanna go straight forward, and here is a cancer strat. So if you're a beginner, just break this thing and then go straight forward. How much is that going to cost you? Depends. Because with this weird boost, like let me show you. So I got no boost at all. I just clipped through. So what you want this clip? That's for sure. You want this clip. But then sometimes if there is a very frame perfect, we guess, we don't know if it is luck based RNG or not. You can get a like very large boosts. For example, if I clip here and then I might get boosted all the way here, or I can get a clip here and get boosted all the way around here. I'm gonna show you a couple of clips to see how it looks like, but if you're a beginner, just break this thing and then go along your way. How much is that going to cost you? If no boosts, that's like 1.5 seconds. If compared to clips with boosts, that can go up to 5 seconds, because those boosts save a lot of time. Of course, if you can get them, at this point we believe that they are either way too frame perfect or simply RNG, so we don't really know the exact time save or the exact time loss if you're gonna get. If you get everything perfectly, then that can go up to 5 or 6 seconds. If you get them without clips, that is 2 seconds. If you don't do them, it's just no time save at all. So just to demonstrate and explain the clips, if we're going to do this, the clips are pretty easy, but the boosts are pretty hard to get. Clips are easy, yes, but they might be harder. Like, they might be a little bit hard to get used to them. I used to fail those clips a lot as well, but I see in preview start to get these more often. So here's what you're gonna do. You're gonna be going here and then jump around here. When you jump around here and then swing your axe like right when you're above here, like the top. Also, you wanna get this full charge animation. You don't wanna hit it like this. I'll show you. You don't wanna hit it like this. You wanna hit the ground like this. And the way to get this is jump. Do not crouch, just jump. And when you reach the highest point, you wanna swing your axe to the ground. That is how you're gonna get it. So jump here and swing your axe to the ground with the highest, like the max thing, and then obviously move your mouse like this, just like we did in the playing clip. Move your mouse like that and you should be able to get the clip. Sometimes you won't, it's weird. Oops. There you go, that's the clip. And as you have seen, I didn't stumble upon anything. That's because the mod API. If you play normally, you will have a stumbling. You can check the well-referred video as well to see the stumbling. So there you go, that's the clip. Without any boosts. To show you the boosts, there you go, that's the perfect boost. For example, to show you the boost, I got some clips for you. So here's how to do them both in one run, which is pretty crazy actually. Look at this, the first boost, but this unfortunately this run is invalid because he uses mod API without knowing it. So as you can see, he doesn't stumble after he boosts. That's the sign of the mod API. So that's unfortunate, but boost is still the boost, just without stumbles. So there you go, the first boost. And then he comes back again, he gets another boost. Look how far it is. There we go. But he doesn't stumble, so if you see that in your runs as well, just turn off mod API. This is how it looks. Alright, and then here's this, the furthest best boost we ever got until now. You'll see the stumble in this one as well. There we go, that's the furthest we have ever got, like until that rock. And as you can see, there's a little bit stopping after the boost, after I land to the ground. There's a little stumbling. That means your game is normal, so be careful about that. And to talk about this a little, I believe that this has something with like very precise timing. So you can see I jump, hit the ground at this moment, and then I spam space, of course. I hit the ground, and right then, like a tiny little time difference, right then I jump and then I get the boost somehow. This is still a mystery, but it is for sure that you have to hit here, the third line here, which is the middle. It's for sure that you have to hit there. And if you still get the boost but you have a bad angle, you're gonna bump into these rocks, which will be pretty sad. Alright, these are the boosts. So let's go back to the game now. Alright, go here. Yeah, sometimes I feel it like this. Right, now you're gonna edge bug. Now we're gonna do another edge bug. It's pretty easy. You're gonna jump right here, like right where this wooden thing starts. So you're gonna jump there and you'll be going diagonal like this, and then you should land here. There you go. You should make an edge bug like this, and then if your movement is good enough, you can avoid these bodies and then make a straight movement there. If not, if you bump into bodies, it's a little bit of time loss. Right, after then, after we pick up this key card, what we're gonna do is I'm gonna explain right now. You're gonna pick this up, press 1, 2, or 3 times, and then go here. And then as soon as the animation finishes, pull up your book. We're gonna do a trick here, and in order to make the we're gonna do the trick, and if you don't get the animation correct, or if you don't pull up your book at the correct time, you're gonna be losing a second or second and a half. Because when you pick this up, if you after picking this up during this inspection animation, if you pull up your book during that animation, the book is going to be pulled up a little bit late. So in order to prevent that, we're gonna press 1, go there, and as soon as this X, it will be X after we spam 1. After this X disappears, when it goes down, you wanna press B, and that will be okay. So here's how it looks like. And then when it goes down, press B. There you go. It's a normal pulling up time. Now we can go ahead and try to see what happens if you pull up the book during the animation. It will be slower. Right, after that, here is this big boost. We're gonna boost ourselves up there. So you wanna go here, right here, between these things. Go here, place a 1 here, just right after this thing. Of course, go to custom wall, place a 1 here, and then a 1 here. So here's what you have to look out for. When you place this, it has to be in the mid. You have to be in the middle of the wall. So, and it should be an okay length. So if I place it like this, it's not going to work because I'm not in the middle of the wall. So that means it's not long enough. If I place it like this, I won't get any boost because I'm not inside the wall. So I must be inside the wall and in the middle of it. So this length is fine. Don't place it too. Don't place it like this. If you go too far, it's going to build it there. If you do it too short, you're not gonna get it. So this is the perfect place. And then after placing this, you know, there are 5 stages. You need 5 logs. So you're gonna spam E, and when you complete something like 3 out of 4 or 2 out of 4, no, 3 out of 5 or 4 out of 5 logs, when it's 3 or 4 out of 5 completed, you wanna start jumping. So here's how it looks like. There you go. Just show it once. You basically place it, spam E, when it's about to finish, you start jumping, and you get the boost. Now, if you're perfect, you can bump your head there, get a little bit of boost, and keep on going all the way down up there. It depends on how well or when you start holding W as well. Yeah, you can watch runs to see how this implemented fast. After that, we're gonna go there, which we got another boost. If you don't do this, you're just gonna go straight forward. But if you do, let's try the boost. There you go, no boost, just clip. This is pretty much normal. There you go. If you get a bad angle but somewhat boost, you're gonna bump there. This is how this looks like. And I'm repeating again, I have no stumbling because of the mod API. In a normal run, you will stumble here. Just to clarify things. Okay, after that, we're gonna go there. So there are 2 kinds of ways you can do here. One, you can jump there to there. Like, you can jump at the highest point of this, and then make another jump here, which will be faster. Like this wall placement is a little bit weird, that's why it looks weird, but you can do it that way. Or you can do this, you can jump there, and then make a jump like this. Now, do not jump here again, like do not jump there and then there again. Like, it depends on where you place the wall, of course, but don't do an extra jump there. I always do this. The jump from here is enough height for me to get up on this thing. After that, when you're up there, make sure it's long enough, make sure you're somewhere around here. If you place it here, let's say you're here, you're gonna bump your head there. So you may wanna make sure the wall is placed correctly. Pull up your book, go custom 2, hole cutter, press E, and then turn around, go here. That is basically the hole cutter boost. You stand you stand on top of it. Do not jump, do not do anything, just hole cutter it, destroy it, and you'll get the boost, and then turn around, go W. So there we go. If you do everything perfectly, if you get the boosts as well, you will also make sure that you get a good movement here, something like this. If you get everything perfectly, you are probably gonna get a 142 cave. If you get all the boosts perfectly, that might go down to 140. I don't know. The best I've ever gotten was a 143. So yeah, that's the cave. Now zip line. So you want to make sure you want to jump at the height of this thing, because if you jump, you will do less jumps here. Like if I jump here, for example, I will have to do 2 or 3 jumps. But if you jump at the top, you want to do a couple of. You know, it's faster to jump higher. There we go. Write this thing, but only press it once. If you press it twice like this, you're gonna fall off like this. So you wanna press it once. And here's a little time save. You wanna jump and get in. If you don't, you will have this little animation, as you can see, getting in animation. But if you jump and get in, you won't have that. Okay, so after getting this boost, we wanna get one B hop, at least one jump B hop. So let's see how this zipline is placed. Hopefully it's good. I won't bump into a rock or tree. So I want to make sure. Yeah, so that's a bad placement, unfortunately. You really have to place it somewhere further right here to not get bumped into this rock. If you place it somewhere near, you get bumped into a rock like this. But if you're good enough, you can check my run. I assume it had a good boost in it. You can make an extra jump there and then get pushed all the way there. Okay, so here's where we're going to do. Where we're going to go. We're gonna go here. Just follow this route. This is all about your muscle memory at this point. You have to memorize this. You're gonna go here. You're gonna find a small lake. Then you get past these rocks. You're gonna find another lake, like tiny little water. Here it is. Then you're gonna go this direction. Go diagonal and go jumping. And then we're gonna see a rock with a fallen tree behind it. There you go. This is the rock, and that's the fallen tree. Not actually a tree, but. And then we're gonna have the waterfall. Go here. Do not take fall damage here, so make sure you jump safely. I'm gonna go. Here's the waterfall. Go. I'm gonna go straight up here. We're gonna see a rock. No, just go here. We're gonna see a set of trees. Here are the set of trees. These things, and there's also a little camp. Go somewhere like this. Like, you don't want to miss it. You're gonna find it anyways if you go straight this path. But you wanna take the shortest route as possible, even if it saves milliseconds. So we're gonna go like, here's a big lake. We're gonna go more towards here, and we're gonna see the cave. And there is the cave. Yeah, that was a bad route taking. What you wanna do is you wanna go in these kinds of things, and you'll encounter the cave. So here is the cave. What we're gonna do is we're gonna get in, wait for loading screen to and spam E, and then make a movement like this. So what I just did there, is, I'm gonna show it again. So what I just did here, I press E and then A and S, and then I land on this thing. Let me show you that thing. I land on this thing, I believe. Yes, right on some of these things. You hold A and S long enough, and then like you have to feel it. There isn't really that much of a timing that I can. You have to feel it, and then you jump, go straight forward, diagonal again, and then you're gonna do the rest, which I'll show you now. There we go. Jump, go here, and then go here. It's a bit weird here. I don't know why. So here's what we got. So if you're a normal player, I'm going to show you this. So here is my strat on how to get this done. So what we're going to do is, let me show you from this here. So we're basically going to jump. This is K4 skip. We're gonna jump down here and get to the key card like this. So if you're a creative run, this has no issue of getting it at all. It's easy. But if you're a normal runner, it's gonna be a pain. So if you're a creative runner, still you can avoid the fall damage and save 1 or 1.5 a second. So in order to do that, I got something to tell you. So if you're a creative runner and just a beginner, do it this way. You go here, you jump like this, and then as soon as you get past this thing, there's this yeah, this thing. You want, no, as soon as you get that, you wanna go straight forward there. So you see this thing, you wanna go into that direction. You can see it. You wanna go into this direction, basically that giant black box, and then you'll land around here. So there you go. That's the K4 skip. If you're a normal runner, or if you want to avoid this fall damage, here's how you do it. You get past that. So here I get past right now. When I get past it, I stop holding W for 2 seconds. So that's 1, 2, and then I again start holding W. And here is how we avoid it, by landing on this and making an edge bug. So those works are very weird. You don't necessarily have to land that back. You can land further, but here is the setup I usually do. It doesn't seem to be working that much of a time, but it makes it more consistent. At least you know that there is a setup. So you have to land on that wall in order to do save time in creative. You have to land on those walls. So yeah, here's how the setup looks like. You stop holding W for 2 seconds, and then you hold it back, and then you want to make a movement at the end, just so that you face those walls and hopefully avoid the fall damage. If you're gonna run normal, this is what is going to be a pain. But if you're run creative, you can just do this. Go there, get past here, W, and then go. By the way, I don't have falling animation, as you can see, so that's not the ideal. I got a fall damage. Just because I'm playing on mod API, by the way, I don't have this thing. As you can see, I don't have falling anyway. It's just straightforward. That's because of the mod API again. You're gonna have it like this in normal runs. You're gonna be your camera is going to be shake, which will make it harder for this boost, you to perform this boost. So yeah, that is what it is. So here's what I did. I went straight forward there and land somewhere around here. Why somewhere around here? Because we need to touch a loading trigger, and it's right here. Then you land here, and you wanna go here, make a movement like this. So here's this indicator, this black line. You want to hug the wall, touch that a little bit. It's around here. The trigger is around here. So I wanna hug here, go back, hug here again, just in case you missed it, and then go straight forward here. So we're gonna get to the key card. Now here's a strat that saves 1 second. Here's what you do. So there is the key card there. We're gonna go there and press the key through the button. But here is what it is. If you jump from here and land, it's gonna be 1 second slower compared to what? Compared to if you jump here and land there just at the height. Like now there's a difference between, like, let me show you. There's difference between this landing, and there's a difference between this landing. No, not this. This was still bad. Like, what I'm trying to tell you is you have to get a perfect jump. There you go, like this. Like it was fast. You see, you know what I mean. So if you do it that way, you will actually be able to press this button 1 second faster. So you might want to give some attention to that. After that, you wanna press E on this, and then we have this key card animation. So if you should get this loading screen. If you don't, that means you didn't touch the trigger. It's a very important thing to know. That's why we touch the trigger. Alright, after that we got another clip. Go here and then clip through like this. Oh, that didn't work. Basic clip again. What we're going to do is you want to face the wall, look at the cable here, or line. You look at the red cable. You want to look at the red cable, crouch, jump, and move your camera slightly upwards. If you do it like this, you probably won't get it. There you go. You won't get it. But if you do it like this, like slowly, be careful about this, slowly, you'll get it. Some people do it like this. I don't know why do they like that. Just stupid. This is easy. This is literally easy. Just go. Sometimes it won't work. That's another issue. But you want to do it like this. There you go. After that, jump here. Get on top of that. By the way, jump over this thing. Do not go around, please. Jump over that thing. Over. And then here's what you do. And the lighter went off at the... You're gonna hate the lighter. Okay, so here's what you do. You're gonna go here and you wanna jump here diagonally towards here. And if you're lucky, you're gonna avoid the fall damage. But this thing, like, it is really important for you to get this right, because if you don't, let's say you land around here. Let's say you land here. That's actually a 1 second time loss. If you land here rather than here, that's actually a 1 second time loss. So you better be careful about that. It really is important. So here's what you do. You jump around here diagonally, looking there. There you go. This should land at the correct position. There you go. This is the proper position. Now if you're lucky, lighter, just kill yourself. Okay. If you're lucky, you can, like, there's this tiny little thing that you can edge bug on. If you land on this thing, you can actually avoid the edge, avoid the fall damage and save a little bit of time. Not a second, I assume, because it pushes you back a little bit. I would say it's something like 800 milliseconds of time save. So that's pretty good. But as I said, there is no proper setup for it. It's just, we think that it's kind of luck based at this point. You just jump, and if you get it, you get it. If you don't, you just continue. You land here, it's fine. Okay, so you land here, go ahead, follow this route. Follow this route, you will see these rocks. Lighter, please. Okay. And you wanna make a movement like this. You wanna jump here, and then jump there, and then jump here. Keep on jumping. And here's another fall damage avoiding. Now there are two kinds of routes in here, and I'm gonna show you the other one, and you will not like it. Okay, so I'm gonna go with the... Alright, I'm just gonna tell you about it a little bit. So there's this route that saves 2 to 3 seconds, maybe even 5. We didn't really time it that well. That saves that much of it. That really is a big amount of time, but it requires you to do the ending fully blindfolded, so we don't really recommend it. I'm gonna put a video link in the description down below, just in case if you want to see it. But that is without the blindfold. Like, the thing is loaded there. When you go there, the lab is not going to be loaded, but you can still move and finish the game in there. So nobody wants to do it blindfolded, so we don't go for it. But if you want to see, check out the description. Okay, so here's what we're going to do. We're going to avoid another fall damage. We're going to jump on this and then jump on that again, and hopefully land around here. There you go. That's good. So you want to land on this thing, and if you're lucky enough, like, if you get the best one, you want to land around there and then go straight forward. So this is annoying. You might ask why. Because here's the thing. Sometimes you get pushed down. Let's see. Like, sometimes you get something holds you there for absolutely no reason and pushes you down. Like, what the hell, bro? You start getting heart attack because it's so stupid. You literally jump, something holds you in here and then pushes you down. Like for real, what the hell, bro? That's pretty annoying. So what you want to do is you wanna kind of avoid it. You wanna go to right side like this, like, not like this. You wanna go more towards right. So I mean my right, I mean like this. So yeah, that's what you have seen. It literally stopped me there and then pushed me down. That's the most annoying thing you'll ever face. This thing. Yeah, like that. There's this weird thing there that will just keep you and hold you and push you down, like, for nothing. Alright. And sometimes you'll land there. It really is a annoying trick. But the way I do is I go to the right side, basically. I do it this way. Or like here. No, not like this. You've seen the first one I got? That was a pretty good one. You should watch that again. Because when I'm making a tutorial, I don't really get the tricks. Alright, that's it, I guess. And then we're gonna go straight forward here. Can make an extra jump here. I don't know if that saves time. Probably not, just should just go straight forward. Get onto this. Crouch. Go crouch here. Release crouch. Go. Here's the lab. Go straight forward. Keep on jumping. Do it the way like this. Do it this way. And here are two possible things that you can do here. You can either do this. You can either make a good movement and get past here like this, and then crouch jump at the end. That will be faster. Or you can get in here, crouch jump twice, and then get in there. So this one is obviously faster, but you might have a chance of failing it a little bit. So like that, you might get stuck on that. I get stuck in here so often. Can't do it like this, but yeah, it is kind of a precise movement. So I usually do this whenever I wanna go safe. I just crouch and start jumping. But you can do this as well. There we go. Go here, release crouch, here, and then we got the elevators. Skip. So I'm gonna press this thing, go, and then touch the trigger here. Like there is a trigger over there that will let you press that button after that. So if you press this and you stand here, you won't be able to press it because you can, right? Because I touched the trigger earlier. But you wanna go here, touch the trigger, and then press. So you have to go a little bit further in order to press that button. After press the button, here's what we're going to do. We're going to do the elevator skip, and here are multiple ways of doing it. I'll show you probably 3 ways, and I'll tell which one is recommended. There you go. This is the latest way. This is the latest strat I've found. So here are 3 ways of doing this, and I believe this one I'm doing right now is the most consistent. I'm waiting for the elevator to stop so that I can grab it. Okay. So if you kill a run here, this is a pretty good place to practice this thing. You can just do that. Alright, so here's how this thing works. First way is Handum's way. This is how Hand does it. So he gets in here with his hand a little bit behind the wall, like inside the elevator, and then he does a full jump and then spams. He looks around here, or maybe like here, maybe even here. I don't really know how to do this. It's just weird, but I will. There you go, and then you can clip through like that. And let me show you something with this trick. You can actually get a boost with this as well. Here's how he does it. There you go. He gets a kind of boost. You see. Now that is really rare and saves somewhat a good amount of time because obviously you get a boost. So if you do it this way, you have a higher chance of getting the boost. There you go, you see the boost? And also he has no stumble because of the mod API. Keep in mind. There you go, that's a pretty good boost. That saves time, but it really is hard and maybe random to get, you know. So if you want to go for that, you're fine. That's how it does it. And then here's my previous older way of doing this. I go here and do something like this. It really, yeah. Pulling up the book makes it easier. Yeah, I don't really recommend this since we have a new way of doing this. So what is the new way of doing this? It's this. So it depends on how well you time this thing. So you go here, jump and crouch, normal hit it, and when you're around here, like you wanna check my keyboard buttons for this. When you're around here, release crouch. When you release crouch at the correct time, you'll get through. And you also get a little bit of boost, but not as much as what Handum gets with that thing. So here's how we do this. I believe this is the least luck-based strat. And there's a backup if you fail the timing. Like when I'm around here, I release control and it just pushes me through like this. And if you fail it, let's say we get it like this. You can pull up the book again like this. If you get stuck, if you see that in that millisecond that you're gonna get stuck and won't be able to get the clip, pull up your book and it will save you. So let's take a look at that. It's kind of hard to replicate. So there you go. That's how it looks. If you see that you're gonna fail, just pull up your book. If you don't, if you get the timing correctly, then yeah, you have to just release crouch at the correct time. And here is how it works. Then you wanna go straight forward and finish the game. Here we're gonna just finish the game. Hold E again and you'll finish the game. So that's the forest. Hope you all liked it. Hope it was useful. Now I'm going to show you how to retime your runs. So let's say that you have a run that has been uploaded to YouTube. You want to get this tool, which will be in the description down below, this tool. Now let's say I have this run over here, frame by frame. I'm gonna take the starting point. In this case, the first movement, which is load, please. Hello. Okay, which is here. So whenever I press W, is the first sign of movement, as you can see. There you go. That's when it starts. Or you can take a look at the camera view or the player's movement as well to see the first movement. Now right click. By the way, you want to use your dot keys in order to go frame by frame in YouTube. Right click, copy this thing. I don't know what's the English of this, but it's the third one here. And then start frame copy. With the FPS, put it 60 or 30, I don't know. And you want to go to the last frame, which is when the cutscene starts. So here's when it starts. Right click, same again, end frame, and there it is. 523, 500. I don't know, maybe I took off one frame later. It doesn't really matter that much. So that's how you precisely time your runs. RF will retime it anyways. I just retime them for, I don't know, fun, I guess. But that's it. Hopefully it was helpful. It is a bit long, I know, compared to my older tutorial, but it is more detailed, trust me. Alright, that was it. See you guys later. Hope it was useful and good luck in runs.